The Halloween feast seemed to take much longer than usual. At long last, the golden plates returned to their original spotless state. There was a sharp upswing in the level of noise within the hall, which died away almost instantly.
Silence! Now the moment you've all been waiting for. The champion selection.
He took out his wand and gave a great sweeping wave with it. At once, all the candles except those inside the carved pumpkins were extinguished, plunging them all into a state of semi-darkness. The goblet of fire now shone more brightly than anything in the whole hall, the sparkling bright bluey whiteness of the flames almost painful on the eyes. Next moment, a tongue of flame shot into the air. A charred piece of parchment fluttered out of it. Dumbledore caught the piece of parchment. He read,
"The Darmstadt champion is Victor Crumb!"
As a storm of applause and cheering swept the hall. Harry saw Victor Crumb rise from the Slytherin table and slouch up towards to the next chamber. The goblet turned red once more. A second piece of parchment shot out of it.
"The champion for Beauxbatons,"
said Dumbledore.
"is Fleur Delacour."
When Fleur Delacour, too, had vanished into the side chamber, silence fell again. The Hogwarts champion next.
"The Hogwarts champion, Cedric Diggory."
The uproar was too great as Cedric made his way past them, grinning broadly, and headed off towards the chamber behind the teacher's table.
Excellent! We now have our 3 champions. But in the end, only one will go down in history. Only one will hoist this chalice of champions, this vessel of victory, the Triwizard Cup.
But Dumbledore suddenly stopped speaking, and it was apparent to everybody what had distracted him. The fire in the goblet had just turned red again. Sparks were flying out of it. A long flame shot suddenly into the air, and borne upon it was another piece of parchment. Dumbledore stared at the slip in his hands, and then cleared his throat and read out calmly,
"Harry Potter!"
He was stunned. He felt numb.
Come on, Harry. Harry, for goodness sake.
Hermione whispered, giving Harry a slight push. Harry got to his feet and stumbled slightly. After what seemed like an hour, he was right in front of Dumbledore. He wasn't smiling. He set off up the gap between the Gryffindor and Hufflepuff tables. It felt like an immensely long walk, and he could feel hundreds and hundreds of eyes upon him. Harry moved off along the teacher's table, feeling the stares of all the teachers upon him. Victor Crumb, Cedric Diggory, and Fleur Delacour were grouped around the fire. There was a sound of scurrying feet behind him, and a large group of people came in.
"Harry, did you put your name in a goblet of fire?"
Dumbledore asked calmly.
"There's one of the oldest students to do it for you."
No, sir.
"You're absolutely sure?"
Dumbledore asked politely.
And of course he is lying.
"The hell he is!"
Professor Dumbledore was now looking down at Harry, who looked right back at him, trying to discern the expression of the eyes behind the half-moon spectacles.
"Thought, Mad-Eye."
It was once my job to think as dark wizards do, Karkaroff. Perhaps you remember.
"That doesn't help, Alistair,"
said Professor Dumbledore calmly.
"Leave this to you, Barty."
The rules are absolute.